Hey out there, you cool housewives and house husbands. You're in here for another episode of I Don't Want to Watch That with Mike Burns at It's Mike Burns on Twitter and
Mare.
And you could find us at don'twantowatchthat.com. That's wanna with a W-A-N-N-A. I don't want to watch that. So don'twantowatchthat.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Don't Want to Watch, and the O in don't is a 0 because some fuckface took it 5 years ago and never tweeted with it. But on Instagram, we got Don't Want to Watch. So that was all I got with that stupid fucking intro.
Did you practice that?
No, I just came out with it right now because we're a little bit drunk.
A little improv.
And that's what's up. It's a Friday night. We had a little date night. Caught up on the last couple of regular season episodes of Real Housewives Season 2. And we're going to talk about them. All the beef, all the...
So much beef.
There's beef everywhere.
It's very good.
It's glorious.
Good beef.
I mean, to be honest, though,
It's
this
tasty
beef all seemed settled. So, like, I got to say, as far as, like, TV shows go in general, this season wrapped up nicely.
Yeah, it was cute.
It wrapped up very nicely. The only open end or not is... Why does Kelly suck so much? I mean, that's really it.
Yeah, she's a cuckoo bird.
Yeah,
she's like too.
She
Yeah,
has no fucking idea about real life.
no.
And whenever anybody challenges her on it, she just fucking acts like they don't exist.
Or
they
don't
like
exist,
says,
or like it never happened.
or like, I'm not doing this, Bethany.
Yeah, I'm Bethany. Shh.
Oh my god, I don't advocate hitting women, but if I was Bethany, I would slap her. That's just me.
I'm not commenting on that.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if I was Bethany, I would slap her, but it sounds bad saying that as a man.
Yeah.
That's all I meant to say. Yeah. Anyway, before I get myself into more trouble,
Well,
let's dive in. So we're going to talk about episodes 10, 11, and 12 of Season 2, Real Housewives New York. Once again, you're listening to I Don't Want to Watch That, available on Spotify, Apple Podcast bullshit. I think it's on Google Play. I don't even know. Google Podcast.
I don't think it's on Google.
I think it is. Stitcher, Spotify, and Apple, definitely. I've submitted it to Google, but they don't really tell you if it's accepted or not. And since I don't have it, I can't look.
So it's widely accessible.
Hey, so here's the thing, though. If you have
people.
Google Podcasts,
To all three of our listeners.
and you can find I Don't Want to Watch That, let us know on Twitter. No, that's fine. Yeah. Anyway, so episode 10. Basically, we start
Unfashionably Late.
Yeah.
Is the name of the episode.
So we start off. So the first thing I want to say is in the recap, they showed the temper tantrum that Simon threw when the driver made the turn that he wasn't supposed to make for the lame surprise going to Brooklyn. And watching the recap, it was like, oh, I've thrown that temper tantrum before. Yeah. Not necessarily for that reason, but I was like, oh, I've thrown temper tantrums before, and it's very similar to the way Simon throws a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fuck, it's fucked, everything's fucked. And then I just put my head down, but then 20 minutes later, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just thought that was very funny.
Sometimes it's kind of horrifying. I've learned to grow and deal with it.
When things don't go right, I get annoyed. And I get annoyed. It's almost like drinking the soda, like the syrup itself before it mixes with the seltzer. You know what I mean? Like the Coca-Cola syrup. It's real quick.
Oh, please go on.
It's real quick and it's aggressive. It's like a shot of being annoyed, but I lose all my aggression in 15 minutes of throwing a temper tantrum, and then I'm like, all right, we're good. That's what I mean. It's like DMT versus acid.
Yeah, but why do you throw? Is it just like a knee-jerk reaction? Is it the way that you process your feelings?
It's a need to get the anger out with my current situation, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. So once I throw my little temper tantrum, the anger has escaped my body, and I can focus on solving the problem. But I need to get that anger out, otherwise I can't focus on solving the problem. If that makes sense. Okay. Now that we're in a therapy session with me, before we even talked about the fucking Real Housewives. But
I'm just curious.
No, I know, yeah. No, that's fine.
We've only been married for...
I don't even know.
I know. How long?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. But together for...
Decades.
10? Decades?
Decade and change.
A decade.
Yeah. And a little change. Like a decade in tax.
Okay.
So anyway, episode 10, Unfashionably Late. So we start off, Luann's waiting for Victoria to come back from boarding school.
Yeah, she comes home and it's a very nice little cute moment. They have a nice little hug.
Yeah, and I thought it was really funny how Victoria was like, yo, we went shopping at this store called Goodwill.
Goodwill, I
don't know if you've
know.
ever heard of it, Mom. Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
And it was just so, I mean, she just didn't know what it was.
It was funny, too. No, I think Luann knew what it was, but Victoria didn't.
Dog just had the balls to come out of the bedroom, look at me with my sweatshirt in his mouth.
So you should go
I'll
get
be right
that.
back.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought it was really funny. Like Victoria's like, yo, I went to the store, Goodwill, and Luann was like looking at her with like the empty face that a parent looks at their kid who's trying to show them some artwork that they're not really proud of. Like she's just like pretending she's totally like enthused by like, oh wow, great, you found this store, but you know, she's like, oh, cashmere sweaters, yeah, wow, yeah. But I was saying she looked like a parent looking at her kid. With a shitty piece of artwork.
Which I'm kind of surprised because I feel like a lot of New York City kids, like no matter what your class is, you know what the fucking Goodwill store is.
Yeah, no,
I agree. You go there and you go to like vintage stores to buy, like that was like the thing when I was in school.
And with as charitable as Luann is, I would assume that that would be maybe not necessarily on the top of the list of her causes, but she would, you know.
I'm just saying on a New York City level.
Yes, no, I hear you. It's out there.
As a teen.
One of the other funny things about that little interaction was when Victoria was like, yeah, at the dance, we just grind on each other. Nobody does like the waltz
grinding.
Anymore.
The dirty frog.
Like the dirty frog, yeah. I thought that was hilarious. Man, I wish I was still grinding age so I could call it the dirty frog and be like, yo,
did you grind? Did you grind?
Oh, absolutely. I was grinding out there. Yeah, I was totally grinding out there. Yeah, that was like the time. Like, just like Victoria's, like you're just standing there at like a fucking dance or like a bar in my case, and then you just go up there and you start like, hey, yo, you give them like a little knee touch kind of deal. Like, you kind of like announce your approach. And then if they're receptive, you move in. And if not, you kind of back away if you're a gentleman, like I was.
But it's not really dancing. It's you just
grinding
just
fucking dry humping on a fucking dance floor. I know that. Yes, I hear you. You never grinded? Get the fuck out of here.
I grinded, but
exactly.
But not really.
But that doesn't even make any sense. You can't kind of grind.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, you're on your grind.
Like, I would do it with my friends. I wasn't going to let some boy do that to me.
Get out of here.
Why are you looking? I'm being dead serious.
What? You wouldn't just grind with a guy? I find it highly unlikely.
I can't even think of a time that I
ever grinded with anybody. I find
with my friends, with like my girlfriends.
If anybody out there has pictures of Marianne grinding, like you know some weird, like maybe in the background you got a picture of like a Barney from like 01 or some shit like that.
Oh God, please
like if you catch her in the background grinding in one of your pictures, like go back and look at your pictures.
But grinding with my friends.
No. If you see her grinding with a dude, you send it my way just so I can throw it. Just so I can throw it at her.
No,
I think that'd be hilarious. So
why are you opening this can of worms now? Because now I'm like thinking, oh my God, what if there is a photo?
Exactly. You're the one so hardcore denying you're grinding, and I'm sure you grinded. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure. That's all I'm saying.
But I can't remember.
All right. Yeah, you blacked it out. We'll see. So get at me.
Please don't send your photos from the party.
Don't want to watch that on Twitter.
Please. That's awful. Don't.
Send it in a DM. I'll follow. So anyway, after that little interaction of grinding history with Mike and Mare, so we got Jill. She's got the appointment with the BBC interview comes in. And yeah, let me tell you something. I thought she handled herself pretty well because they were asking they were being a little shady, yeah. Like they were just like, so I gotta set the scene for you too. If you don't remember, it was 2008, and that was right in the peak of the little housing market collapse because the government, not the government, but like fucking the banks all fucked everybody over, and they were like, hey, we need help. So like everybody was hurting, and the BBC is interviewing Jill Zarin, who lives on the Upper West Side, nice apartment, blah blah blah, house in the Hamptons, and they're like, so how do you, in their stupid British accents too, they're like, so how do you justify living in an apartment like this when, the rest of the world is hurting? She's like, well, we work hard, we do things good, and the economy's going to come back, But I just thought it was very shady because I don't think she knew that was coming at her.
No, I think she did. I think she knew.
You think she knew those questions were coming at her?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean...
They definitely probably prepped her with what they were going to cover.
I don't know. know if they really did or not, because at the end when she went rambling about her elevator etiquette, like, it didn't seem
but
like
I think
she
I
was prepped for
also
that.
okay. In Jill's defense, that is a very New York thing.
I don't disagree.
And I think that it speaks to her character. Yes, she lives without worrying about money.
True.
And that type of life, you forget. Like, I feel like people forget
what the other half lives like.
Right. Yeah, you do. I mean, she still does. I mean, she talks about it all the time, doing charities and doing these events for raising money and things like that.
I'm not knocking Jill Zarin at all. I'm just saying. I
felt
like they came out a little out of left field was all.
Yes, it was definitely surprising.
You just spent a whole thing saying like you thought that wasn't surprising.
No, her response, like I'm talking about the elevator. Yeah. I'm talking about just the elevator clip.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very New York thing to say. I think.
Oh, absolutely.
That's very specific, I feel like, to New York.
It is, yeah. And that's why we cut a little clip of it, too. If you follow us on Instagram, we've been putting some little silly clips out there. So anyway, the interview went well at the end. It was kind of funny. Like, at the end, like, even, like, the BBC interviewer was like, yo, what would you say to people in Africa who are starving right now and you're sitting here with all this money?
And she was like, as a matter of fact, it's so funny that you mentioned that. We just opened a school in Africa 2 weeks ago.
You know what? Maybe they did set her up. Maybe that was all part of the setup. But I don't know. Maybe it was just his accent that made me think like it was an attack. I don't know. I just didn't appreciate
Well, when he did ask her, when he asked her, do you feel any guilt?
Yeah. Oof. So after that...
But again, Jill is a kid from Queens.
Long Island, I thought?
Yeah, well, yeah, she said Queens, Long Island. Both. So...
That's Cali.
Yeah.
Right on the border.
What up?
What up? Shut up, Aqueduct. So after that, Kelly goes do some modeling.
Oh, God, getting new headshots.
It was gross. I actually wrote the word.
And, like, if you've ever gotten headshots before and you watch that, I can't.
Yeah, and she also, while they were there, they took the picture for the Halloween greeting card.
Oh, God, help us
where she's
all,
the A in
God.
Halloween, so that's going to come for later. That's coming later in the episode.
I mean, it's just her in lingerie, or a bathing suit, I'm sorry. Bathing suit, not lingerie. For a Halloween party.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking ridiculous.
And she's the A.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupid.
Halloween.
So after that was pretty much the end of that. Luann stops and haggles on the fucking street with a street vendor for a necklace.
With her daughter Victoria. They go shopping.
Yo, I knew from the get-go that the street vendor was like, we're gonna hustle the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Because those necklaces and whatnot are the biggest, like, tchotchkes piece of crap for the most part. And the dude was like, yeah, it's $125.
And I know exactly where they were selling those necklaces, too, because it's on 5th Avenue. It's where all the stores are, like, in the, like, I want to say, between 23rd Street and 14th Street.
Yeah.
So it's all, like, not high-end, but some of the,
It's nice over there,
It's nicer.
Like 23rd Street, like, 5th Avenue, there's like a Whole Foods there. It's nice.
Yeah.
The park.
What park?
I don't know. Isn't there a park right across like 23rd Street? Like
Oh yeah. Where
like
Shake Shack
kinda.
is. Yeah. Where that really good southern what was the name of that place?
Oh, the place bait cut bait or something.
No, not
like
cut
that.
bait.
Something
Live Bait.
Yeah.
Shout out to Live Bait. That's not there anymore.
Oh, it's not?
It's gone, yeah.
Oh, what a shame.
But it was such a good restaurant.
Days of the Gramercy Theater, good times.
Yeah.
So then they go shopping. Luann's trying on clothes.
Yeah, she has the intent of taking Victoria shopping, but really just Luann.
It just turns into a Luann shopping thing.
She just wants to shop.
And then even on the side, she's like, yeah, Victoria loves watching me try on clothes. Kids
Clearly,
don't want to try on their own fucking clothes.
They don't.
Like, let alone watch their mom do it on the first day back from boarding school.
I still have anxiety trying on clothes because of the torture my mother used to put me in.
And
trying on stuff. Because my mother worked in the fashion industry and designed textiles, and just like we would literally spend, she would look at every fucking seam to make sure the zipper was even, that the collars were, that the pattern on the shirt carried over to the other side and wasn't cut off. I mean, in hindsight now, like, I know what to look for, but as a teenager, fucking torture. You just want to try something on.
And get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, it looks cute. Oh my god, my friends are wearing this. Let's go. No.
Bounce. Yeah. And then, so after that, Jill starts planning her Halloween costume.
Oh my god.
And I thought it was
relate with Jill.
No, it was so funny, though, because she's out there planning it. It's her and the dog in a fucking group costume, but she's like, yeah, Bobby, he's just going to be like the cab driver or something.
The Bellman.
The Bellman.
And she's from your favorite movie.
Legally Blonde. Represent Elle Woods. What up? Harvard Law. Fucking love that movie. So Jill went as Bruiser and Elle Woods, and it was fantastic. They were spot on. So then Jill goes to be on the radio with her sister and her aunt, and nothing really happens there.
Wait, can we go back for just 1 second
Absolutely.
and talk about Luann and Victoria and their relationship a little bit that we didn't discuss before? Remember when Victoria came back home from school and they're talking at the kitchen table, and you just kind of visibly see Victoria just like turn into herself.
Yeah,
and just
when Luann takes over.
Completely. Yeah, she like comes home. She's like this bubbly teenage girl. She's so happy, but with the time that she spent at her new boarding school.
Alexa's going off.
Oh, that's the dog's medicine.
Yeah.
All right.
You should go do that.
All right.
But anyway, what she was saying was basically, Victoria just collapsed in on herself. Luann she came home super happy, bubbly, like outgoing and all that stuff, and Luann just took over, and Victoria just went inside. And it was rough to watch, you know? So, like I was saying, Jill goes on the radio with her sister and her aunt. Nothing really goes down there. And then we get to Alex and Simon trying on clothes for a charity event about feeding people. And what better way to express that you want to feed people that are hungry than wearing a giant burlap sack with the word feed on it? Like, look. Yes. Oh, she yelled from backside of the house. She can't wait to run back in here. I hear the pitter-patter of feet. She's coming.
Are we talking about the feed dress?
Yes.
That fucking feed bag dress. God help us. That dress.
I don't want to make a joke about feed bags.
Here's the thing.
Horse faces. But it really works out well.
The dog is on the mic. Hold on, I'm distracted.
Yeah. Lenny's saying what's up to Mare. Jumped on the couch with her. So, they go try this on, and it was just so ridiculous. I couldn't believe how into it. Like,
you know what it
both
was?
were. It was so...
How many times did they say that it was for a good cause?
Oh,
that
a million times.
100 million times. It's just like, it's so... You don't have to beat us over the head with what you're... We get it. Okay.
This is the only time I'm going to say this, but they should be more like Kelly in that instance and not put their name on the invitation. Just shut the fuck up about it. It's the only time I'll say that anybody should be like Kelly.
Dress. Oh, God. It was...
So then we go into Ramona. She's taking like home videos to present to like the Home Shopping Network because they're True Faith with the True being weird.
Her jewelry, correct.
The jewelry line's going to be on Home Shopping Network. And at the time, I was kind of shocked because I don't like Home Shopping Network. I think it's a fucking giant scam that takes advantage of old people.
I don't think they do that anymore, though.
Yeah, I think back then it might have been like 2008 time.
I don't know. I don't want to.
I don't know. Grain of salt. But anyway, she's super nervous in front of her daughter because her daughter's the only adult in the room. So
kicks Avery out.
Yeah, she kicks her out in order to do it. Yeah. So then we go into great times with Alex and Simon carving pumpkins.
Fucking Halloween.
Yo.
I mean, first of all, let's talk about them carving pumpkins with their kids and just their youngest just flailing about this goddamn knife. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, also Simon, I was very upset with his knife handling skills as well. I mean, how many times do I'd say to adults, I'm like, yo, man, control your knife a little bit better. I'm not trying to go to the hospital tonight because you fucking accidentally cut a finger.
I know.
Like, Simon's flailing with that thing.
When you say other
like
adults,
machete.
you mean me.
I do mean you, but I wasn't trying to say it like that. But you're absolutely correct. I was trying to be polite right there. Act like it wasn't just you. But yes, I get nervous when you handle a knife. Yes.
Because it's true.
Yeah. And they look like idiots on the porch with their fucking witch hats on.
Okay, can we talk about the decorations that were on their
Go
front
right
porch?
ahead, please.
I mean, I'm no aficionado when it comes to decorating, but when you're decorating your outside, right, and you wrap your front stoop in paper garland,
it's gonna rain.
come on. What an amateur move.
Yeah, seriously. How do you not know that?
Like,
pay attention. Read the room.
it was painful to watch. It, like, made me upset. It did.
Yeah, it was
Corny
fucking
ass
terrible.
Halloween decorations. Okay.
Fucking lame ass witch hats too. The only thing lamer than them is Kelly.
Though I feel like they start to grow on you.
I'll be honest, we'll talk about it at the end.
I know it.
And they have grown on me a little bit, but they're still not great.
They're not, but I know it.
But yeah, we'll talk about some more in a minute.
All right, pedigree party. The Halloween pedigree party.
Yep.
Let's talk about what everybody wore.
Well, the outfits were very good. I thought Bethany was great as Roller Girl.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jill killed it as Elle Woods.
Ramona, Robin Hood.
Ramona was Robin Hood with her dog. I think the highlight of the night was when they tricked Brad into thinking he was eating dog food. Yes. And
Oh, Brad.
I bet that they didn't even tell him the truth. They let him keep on going about his life thinking he ate dog food.
No, they did. They did say it to him.
I don't remember seeing that part.
I thought they did.
Nah, I think Brad went about his life thinking he ate dog food until he watched it on TV after.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So they do the walkthrough at Hudson Terrace for the big charity event.
Oh, it was great.
And so Jill asked Bethany to go, and Jill essentially fucking hated everything.
It was awesome. It was like, oh, so we got this risotto. If it's not served hot, we can't. No,
yeah,
what are you gonna do? Put it in like
gummy.
a cone or something? It's gonna be gummy.
It gets
sticky.
gummy.
No, I don't like it. All right, so we're gonna have a cigar rolling station. I don't like cigars. No, cigars no good. I don't want anything to do with that. All right, so then we're gonna have some nice assortment of olives. Ugh, olives. Who wants olives? It's so salty. It's just nobody wants that.
I like your Jill impression. It's pretty good.
Well, thank you. I've been working on it a little bit in the shower. But yeah, she hated everything. But eventually, things happen. So there you go. So
what kind of things happen?
Like the fucking party goes off. So eventually, she finds some shit she likes. So it all happens in 2 episodes. So Bethany and Alex, they're working on the Skinny Girl logo.
Skinny Girl, yeah.
Yeah,
it was cute. She likes that.
Good for them. And then we move on to
Kelly's Halloween party.
Whose?
Kelly.
But was she there? No. And everybody got... first of all...
Cash bar at the party.
It looked like a shitty house party.
Yeah,
right off the bat. Where did she have it? At a hotel, I think it was?
I don't know if it was somebody's apartment or a hotel. Or...
But it looked like any party I went to in high school.
I know,
it was like dark in the hallway.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of assholes dressed in costume. Even in high school, though, there was not a cash bar. Unless you consider 8 kegs and $5 for a cup.
Or you paid $20 at the door.
Yeah, exactly. Something
Even
like that.
20 is a lot.
But cash, if you're going to have a red carpet with branded fucking backdrop for your little pictures on your way in, and you have a cash bar inside,
it's 2008.
You're bullshit. That's it. That's what I thought. You're bullshit.
But it's also 2008.
I don't give a fuck what time.
I'm kidding.
Then she should shut the fuck up and not have a party if she can't have a cash bar. Or not have sacrifice the photo station for a fucking...
Who was the tightest at the party?
About the cash bar?
Yeah.
It was Bethany.
I was gonna say Jill.
Well, I mean, Jill was probably the tightest, but Bethany was in her glory because she got to shit on Kelly's party. And every confessional was, it's a cash bar. What do you mean it's a cash bar? This is bullshit. What kind of party? Who do you think you are? You're not going to show up to your own party. Everything was shitting on Kelly, and it was fucking fantastic.
Simon and Alex's costume, Sarah Palin.
They look like fucking idiots.
I mean, it was a good idea, though.
No, at the time,
it was a good
great.
idea.
Yeah.
Just not executed very well because I thought it like
she looked like she didn't look like
Natasha.
Sarah Palin. Yeah, everybody thought it was like Boris and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Because she definitely looked more like a Russian agent than that. And maybe that's what she was going for because of the "I can see Russia from my house" comment. Maybe that was right around that time. I don't know. But yeah, so they all fucking bounce because the host wasn't there. It was a cash bar. And they fucking hated it. They had 90 other parties to go to because they kept saying, like, I could be somewhere else right now at a not cash bar with the host there. And so they were all doing that. And after they leave, Kelly fucking waltzes down fucking Fifth Avenue or whatever street it was, wearing
as a Playboy,
nothing.
Yeah, as a Playboy bunny.
With her dude Max wearing nothing. And then they go inside and they're upset that everybody's gone.
Yeah.
And there was still a party there, but like the cast
had left.
Yep. So that was it for this episode. So diving into winners and losers. I usually don't pick a housewife as either of these, but the winner of this episode was Bethany.
Yeah.
Because she got to shit all over Kelly at the end, and everybody agreed with her. The loser of the episode, and this is probably why I was fighting so hard for this, but Brad, because he ate dog food and nobody told him. So somebody told him my loser is off, and I didn't want that to happen. So what did you think? Who were you thinking losers, winners? How did you feel this episode flowed?
Let's see. Let me look real quick. I want to say Victoria is the big loser of the episode because she came home and just
that's it. You can just stop talking right
a shell of herself. She became a shell of that poor girl.
She came home and that bubbly extrovert just went right back into the shell.
That one conversation with her mother just sucked her dry. And the winner, I'm gonna say, is.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. I mean, it's tough because I want to say Bethany, but I don't want to copy you.
Yeah, I know. Maybe think costumes. Who had the best costume?
Oh, Jill.
Oh, okay. So there you go.
Yeah, as Marie Antoinette and as
Marie Antoinette. Yeah, she had the other great
costume.
That's right, because she can't wear the same costume twice. Unlike Bethany, who was like, fuck you, I'll be rolled all fucking week.
Which I also appreciate.
Absolutely.
Because it's a wonderful costume.
Yes, 100%. So moving on, episode 11, the Van Campen's Party. Is that the title there?
House Party.
House Party. And to be honest, leading up to it, I thought it was going to be like a giant fucking house party. Like I thought it was going to be almost like Kelly's fucking Halloween party, but when it all was said and done, it was like 8 people.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's probably the best situation for a brand new house party. But I just thought it was odd because the way that they were presenting it throughout the whole episode, I thought it was going to be like a fucking wild affair. But Francois's birthday had more people there.
But this was, I also think that their renovation was probably just for one room. So they probably could only fit a few people in that one room.
Oh, so do you not think the rest of the house was done?
Absolutely not, no.
Okay.
100,000%.
Oh, that's interesting. I never even thought of that take.
Yeah.
Okay. More fake bullshit from Alex's time and
for
putting on
sure.
the real front,
for sure.
and
Come
everything
on.
else is in shambles.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought it was cute that they went to Jill's store to buy fabric from her for window treatments.
Yeah, even though the kids were running wild and ruined all the fabric that they touched.
And Jill is politely talking shit about their parenting skills.
Yeah, Francois starts rolling down the fucking sheet.
Yeah, pulling down the fabric.
They can't stop it. It just unravels.
Yeah.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
The
whole thing
got
was
his, like, grubby little
scene.
hands all over everything.
And be sure to buy their parenting book.
Were you an awful child?
Me? No, I was an excellent child.
You weren't rambunctious?
No, my sister and I, we actually swapped at about the age of 13, or maybe like 12 or so. Mm-hmm. But basically, I was the perfect child. The only thing about me was I never wanted to go to sleep, which is still the case. I still want to stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning every night.
I was the same way. Never want to go to sleep.
I was good. I would just sit. They could throw me in the playpen. I would just chill. It's cool. My sister was a goddamn nightmare the whole time, just losing her fucking mind. But then if you closed the door and turned the lights out, she would go to sleep like a canary.
I mean...
And then opposite of that, when we were in like middle school and high school, like I was the asshole and she was like a good student and whatnot. That's why I joined the military. Because I had nothing else going on.
I was a good kid. I just stayed up all the time. Like, if you put me down too early, I would just be up and, like, take my clothes off and just...
Take your clothes off? Where did that come from?
I always was taking my clothes off as a kid. I never liked having clothes. No, I'm just saying. Like, I was always, like, taking my diaper off and, like...
Shitting everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Probably. No, I'm just. I would just like. I wasn't loud or anything like that.
You
I
didn't
would
like
just
the boundaries.
be up.
Okay.
I would just be up.
Yeah, me too. I hear that. So they finish up at Zarin. Bethany's at the salon. And this was pretty funny because the stylist was like, yo, I want to set you up with this dude. He's a model, but I know you don't like models, but he also owns his own business. And then she's like, they're talking, he's doing her hair's fucking dripping wet, they got it shampooed, fucking, everything fucking going in it. And then he just drops, like, he's like, yeah, I showed him a picture of you online. She's like, stop.
Yeah, I need to see the picture.
Stop. What picture? Let's see it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't have a laptop. I got a big-ass desktop in the back of this salon. And she's like, we're going. And they just get out of the chair. She's like dripping and got shit all over her. And then he's like, here's the one. And it's like her in a bikini. And she's like, okay, that one was good. That's fine. That's a good choice. I like that. Yeah. I'm going to have to wear the bikini on the date now.
Yeah.
So that sets us up for a date incoming later. Then we go back to Alice and Simon prepping for the party. Their house is a goddamn disaster.
Yeah.
It's fucking unbelievable.
Anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety.
I couldn't even
I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they talk about their party. They're doing the invites. And then they're like, yeah, we'll invite Ramona, but she probably won't show. And that's what happened. They read that right. And nothing really going on there, right? Nothing else.
Well, no, Ramona went to her doctor.
Too sweaty.
Because she's too sweaty.
Yo, she's out there doing like trial fucking medicine.
Okay, I want to talk about this because I wrote it down. I
Okay.
want to know how these doctors get on on these shows.
Okay.
Because I feel like, do the housewives go to them and say, yo, let me get a free treatment, I'll get you on this TV show?
I mean, probably, but
right?
like,
or is it just like free promotion?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, because I feel like they probably have the same doctor they've been going to for a while. They seem to have a good rapport and relationship, even outside of the show. So I would imagine that they did work something out, though, for the payments. That being said, I just thought it was very fucking strange that she's in there like, yeah, I sweat too much, and then all of a sudden the doctor's like, I got a new treatment for your face. And then all of a sudden she's got some weird fucking gun that looks like an AirPod, like, pointed at her face. And she's like, it doesn't hurt at all.
They put Botox in your armpits, right?
They were talking about some crazy needle that went in there. I don't know what the fuck was going on.
I think it was like Botox or something they put in your armpits so you stop sweating.
But she went in there talking about it. But she went in there talking about it, and all of a sudden she's got like a massage thing on her face. So I don't even think they hit up the. Yeah, I don't even think they hit up the fucking.
Listen, if I had that kind of money, you kidding me? I would be
all up in there.
Oh,
give me whatever you got.
Yep,
whatever
fill me
you
up,
got,
partner.
Okay. So let's see. After that, we got
Fill me up with Botox.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh man, your mind's terrible. You're thinking of later. So then we got
Jill.
Then we got
Come
Jill
on, Mike.
and Bethany.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Yo, you're the one who started it.
I meant with Botox, because I thought
it
was a good joke.
Because your mind went crazy.
Because I thought it was a good joke and you didn't laugh, and then I thought, oh, this is an awkward moment. Maybe he thinks I'm talking about something else,
No.
and that's why I said that.
I laughed harder at your clarification than I did at the actual comment. All
right, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, and so we got Jill and Bethany. And they're basically talking about like the stylist setup, and Jill's like, "You don't like models though, but you don't models. I don't think that works for you. You need a business guy." And Bethany actually breaks down like the rich, successful business guy in New York, and I thought she was pretty accurate with it.
You know that's so funny? I wrote down, ask Mike what he thinks about her take on good-looking men versus ugly men.
Well, no. It's not good-looking men versus ugly men.
That's what she said.
No. It's different because
model type.
But there's a difference. It's not saying that they're not good looking now. They might be good looking now, but what she's talking about is the successful guy now, who's more in her realm because of their success, and not necessarily like a model who just got to that level because they're fucking pretty. Like those dudes who got there because of success usually weren't popular in high school, so they're super still insecure about like their worth as like a human being, not necessarily their financial worth.
Okay.
And I totally fucking bought that. And I was like, yo, absolutely, I feel you.
So who are you?
Who am I? I'm not successful, so I don't fall into either of those categories. Unless our 20 listeners develops into 200,000, we're not. I don't think we're in that realm. But anyway, so then, so they analyzed that, and I thought that was a pretty fair take, to be completely honest. After that, we got Luann and Kelly. They're out with the fucking nieces from
Luann's
the
nieces.
first season.
Who I think are twins.
Maybe. I honestly don't know.
They look exactly alike.
But, so they're out there with Kelly, though, because Luann was like...
Ugh, yeah, Kelly, I mean...
She thought they were all, like, going to hit it off, and, like, they were all going to be out there pretending to be single. Like, and Luann wants to be single more than anything, I feel. She wants to be single so fucking hard.
I'm nodding right now.
Like, she is out there with her young nieces. She's out there with Kelly, who's dating. She just wants to be out dating right now. And I can fucking smell it coming. The count is going to hit the fucking curb.
She wants to break free.
I'm sure.
She wants to break
Yo, if you
free.
divorce the count, are you still a countess, technically?
We'll find out.
Okay, that's interesting. I just thought of that. All right. So Max shows up. Luann's like, yo, fuck that dude. But then 2 seconds later, she's like, God, I wish I could fuck. She's like, live vicariously through the single ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's thirsty.
She was hot and bothered.
She is thirsty.
Yeah, she was getting all red.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Dude.
Yeah. So after that, the house is coming together at Alice and Simon's. It's not coming together well, though. Fucking windows are leaking. Alex was left in charge by Simon. She has no idea where appliances go. Who knows? But this is what I wrote down about this.
I know. I knew you were going to bring this up.
Simon mentions it, and he's like, I'm GCing the whole thing. Because you're a cheap fuck. That's why. I'm a GC. You cut out the middleman who's supposed to do all the fucking work for you.
Right.
And he got the architect make the designs, and then he went right to the construction guys and was like, yo, build this. There's supposed to be a middleman. And I know middlemen are pretty shitty in America. Like, you know, you don't want to be like a middleman. It's like almost seems like a worthless fucking thing. But in construction, that person is fucking invaluable because they're the ones who have both the business and the construction knowledge to convey all that stuff. And that's why their house is a goddamn disaster, even though they did pull it off.
Booyah, motherfuckers.
Boom. Fuck you, Simon. Cheap-ass motherfucker. Hire a GC.
GC for America.
Yeah. And then so we got Bethany on the date with Philippe. And I wrote down that just Bethany is so fucking awkward.
I know. That guy was such a fucking hot guy.
He was fucking smooth
super
as
hot.
shit.
Yeah, smooth. Really good looking.
There was a slight language barrier because
but
of the
still.
France thing. And whenever the language barrier poked its head, Bethany just dug her hole deeper with, like, stupid comments.
Yes. Yeah.
It was absolutely ridiculous.
She was talking about being a ball buster.
Yeah.
Which is actually one of my favorite things to say.
Oh, it's a great phrase.
I love that phrase, being a ball buster.
But he didn't know it.
Yeah.
And so then she tried to explain it to him, and then it was just fucking embarrassing. Very funny.
She couldn't handle it.
So then we go to the party. Alice and Simon's party. Kelly gets there first. Jill shows up next, and then boom, beelines it for Kelly. She's like, yo.
You fucked up?
You fucked up, yo.
Your
How the fuck you not going to show up for your
bar?
party? This, that, and the other.
You
cash
were late.
bar, motherfucker. You ain't there. We're there to see you, bitch. Yeah. And then she told her off, and Kelly just all apologies, and it was bullshit.
Took it.
Yeah, she took it. And then there was, a little bit of just tension in
with
passing between Bethany and Kelly, and it never settled there, and Jill noticed it.
Yeah, she did.
Jill took note.
Jill took note.
And then the party was really nothing more than that. Just a couple people having dinner. Gotta say, the room they were in, which you're saying you assume is the only finished room in the house.
Yeah,
which
I think so.
It's a hot take. I'll buy that, though. It looked cool.
They didn't show them anywhere else. They didn't show them the bedrooms. They didn't show them the hallway.
Yeah.
They didn't. It was just those.
And the
two
hallway
rooms.
was a wreck from before the renovation.
Yeah, like it was just those 2 rooms. It was the kitchen and the living room.
And the
Which
living
was
room
gorgeous.
Nice. Yeah.
I thought it was great. I mean,
the Alice Cooper fucking painting.
Yeah,
actually
it was
fantastic
definitely
in
like, I wouldn't necessarily pick those drastic, like that goth look. Like I felt like it was very like goth chic.
I liked it a lot actually.
I liked it a lot too, but I don't know if I would be able to like live in that.
I hear you. It's nice for a hotel room maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he is a hotel manager.
That totally makes sense now. Absolutely.
Oh God.
But like towards the end, like Simon, like the last comment that he made really caught me off guard because he just took a shot at Jill for no fucking reason.
He is a housewife.
Yeah, he's just like, he
is a housewife.
You know, we had a bigger renovation, so I guess we one up Jill again. Maybe she feels that way. It's like, first of all, you're assuming she was... I didn't even notice she was mad at the party or whatever. You're just saying that. Second of all, fuck you mean again?
I know, yeah.
Fuck you mean again, son?
I couldn't think of, like, what he was talking about.
Me neither. Like, I was going back to my notes. See that? Fucking notes. On every fucking episode we watch, I got nothing in there about fucking...
fuck a lot.
Yeah, sorry. I've had a couple cocktails. But anyway... And so, this is the other thing that I noticed, and I want to know, this is a bit of a hot take. When Simon was shitting on Jill right there, he had his hair pushed down. Typically, his hair is pushed up. I feel like it's almost like an alter ego with his hair pushed down. Like, it's like Simon, he's even more of a douche than normal with his hair pushed down. Like, he's feeling himself. And that's like his, like, it's almost like Steve Urkel versus Stefan Urkel. And he thinks he's cool as shit with his hair pushed down. That's my hot take.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. So we end the episode with a to be continued because we go to Jill's charity planning.
Oh, boy.
And she invited Bethany and Kelly early because
she wants them to settle the beef.
She wants them to settle the beef. There is no settling of beef.
No beef.
There is no settling of beef whatsoever. No beef was settled. The beef is still floating around. The beef is rambunctious. It is floating around.
Beef can be rambunctious?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You never seen a rambunctious cow? Bouncing around in the fucking thing. Driving on some weird fucking highway in Pennsylvania with pastures next to you. I know it's just one cow just bouncing around in there. All the other ones just eating grass, but that's rambunctious cows. Rambunctious beef. That's the appropriate reaction. But my notes, my take from this, Kelly's fucking delusional.
Yeah, she is. I think she is. I think she's got like
there's
something very wrong with her.
Like once she hears something that she did wrong, it is just shut down.
She didn't do it.
And I don't know what you're talking about. And shh. I'm done with this conversation. It's like, yo, motherfucker. No, you're not. We're still in the middle of it.
Right.
Like, hey, if you want to hash things out, bitch, we're sitting here hashing it out, and you're telling me to shush and acting like the things you said last time were fucking didn't exist when they totally did. They're on fucking video.
I just want to say, you are so into this.
It's
I can't
fucking
even
bullshit.
Look at you.
I don't even understand how somebody is this.
You have transformed. You are getting your wings.
I can't understand.
And I am the happiest I could ever be.
I just don't fucking understand how somebody can sit there with a straight face and act like they didn't say things that they obviously fucking said. Like, you don't forget if you were like, you're down here and I'm up here.
How would you
feel?
If
I ever said that to a human being, I would feel so fucking revolted with myself that I would never forget it. But maybe she's just such a revolted human being that it just fucking passed along like it was no big deal.
She's super insecure. She's definitely threatened by Bethany.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think it is.
I don't know.
She doesn't act that way with any of the other women.
I think it's because that she has met Bethany before and totally disregarded her. So she doesn't even remember meeting Bethany before. So she thinks like, hey, this is the first time we're meeting. It's going to be fucking great because Bethany didn't even register to her. And then Bethany was like, yo, bitch. And Bethany didn't take that shit. She's like, yo... Don't act like you don't fucking know me.
Right, but a normal person would be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm such a idiot.
Yeah.
Like, how could I not recognize? And she doesn't do that.
But there's...
So what I feel like is that she is threatened by her.
She might feel threatened by her in the sense that nobody ever challenged her before. So Bethany actually but I don't think she feels threatened necessarily by Bethany's presence because in her, well, maybe she does, and that's why she's just trying to talk herself into it. I'm up here and you're down here. I don't know. It's a couple of different things. I don't really have a psychology degree, so
neither do I. But I just I like breaking it
speculate.
down. I like to project onto people.
So, like, if it's insecurity, then it could be she's just saying that to make herself feel better in reality.
Yeah.
Or it's just that she actually feels that way and she's such an aloof, fucking elitist dickhead that she never actually really remembered meeting Bethany all those times. And then now that Bethany's challenging her on that, now she's like, fuck that. And
what do you
she
think
just attacks.
I
don't know. I think it's the second one, to be honest. I think she's such an elitist that Bethany never actually really registered to her in real life before.
What does it mean to be an elitist?
She's just like, she tries to hang out and only registers like hobnobs with like famous people and shit, like classy photographers, people in the huge fashion industry. And that's why those previous times that she met Bethany, it didn't even register as meeting anybody of significance.
Okay.
And then so when they met for the first time in Kelly's eyes, like doing the show or fucking whatever, and she was just like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Bethany was like, bitch, we met fucking 10 times already. And Bethany called her on her shit.
But have you ever met people that do that to you? It's happened to me so many times. In my life.
Act like they don't know you?
Where they're like meeting you again for the first time. I definitely know people that have done that to me, and I'm always like, I have met this motherfucker many times.
A lot of times, though, like, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but if we have that...
I'm sorry. No.
But no, it'll depend, like, on how significant those first 10 meetings were. Like, if they were 3 a.m. outside smoking a cigarette outside of a bar or something like that, and then we meet at, like, 9 o'clock at a restaurant when everybody's in a perfect state of mind... I'll take that as the first official meeting, and I'll let the other ones slide, if that makes sense.
What about multiple meetings?
Multiple, like, sober meetings of people? Then yeah, fuck that person, and I'll usually throw in a yeah, we've met before, and like a little sly grin or something.
I want to say this. I want to say who this person is. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Okay. That
has done that to us, but this person, we have hung out with them many times.
To both of us.
To me, I don't know, maybe, I don't know about the both of us, but maybe to me.
Okay.
Where I've, like, hung out with this person many times, like, had conversations, like, in-depth conversations about things.
Oh, man.
And every single time that I see this person, they like, introduce themselves to me again.
Well, I want to wrap this episode now because I want to know who this motherfucker is.
When I tell you, you're going to be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, god damn it. All right, now I'm very eager. So that's pretty much the end of the episode, though. We end with like a to be continued there. So, winners and losers, again, don't like to pick any of the main characters here, but I'll go with the winner is Alex and Simon as like a couple for pulling off the party.
I'll go with that too.
Everybody seemed pretty happy.
And they have an Alice Cooper painting that was pretty badass.
That was pretty dope. I will take it.
That photo.
They are growing on me, but they still haven't bumped their way up.
They do grow on you.
I mean, like a fucking fungus on high society.
I know, right? Yeah, but
no. Simon's
I'm
pants.
telling you,
Simon's
pants. But that's
it's coming. So the losers of the episode, I had Zarin Fabric as a company. Because they had Francois and Johan running around fucking wiping their grubby hands on all their fabric and samples and shit.
My winner was Ramona's doctor for getting her plug.
Oh yeah, get in there. Get your name out there. Plug
Bethany
City.
too for probably getting Ramona for probably getting a free treatment.
Okay.
And I'll say the loser would probably have to be Kelly, man. I mean, she's so exhausting.
Hard. Yeah.
She's so exhausting. She just, like...
Lots of hard looks for her.
The beef with Bethany is just too bizarre for me.
Absolutely.
It's too weird.
It really is. Because both times
like, she becomes... Like, it's one thing... like, yeah, okay, she's kind of an airhead, she's kind of this, and you could, like, deal with that, but then to see her just be so, there's something wrong with her.
It's almost like a switch flips.
Yeah.
Like once she gets called out, like, on something that everybody who's watching the show knows is true, she just, a switch goes off, and she just shuts down, and she's just like,
bye.
No,
bye, Kelly.
No, shh, we're done here. I'm not having this conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's all
it.
right. Yeah, so all right. Episode 12, last episode of the season, last real episode aside of the reunions.
Do you want more wine?
Yeah, go grab some.
I got it.
So we start off the episode, and it's
Charity Wives.
Charity Wives, the name of the episode. So basically, we start off. It's to be continued. So they came early, Bethany and Kelly, and so everybody starts filtering in, showing up, and who's fucking late? Ramona. She said she went to the wrong house, made up all this stuff, but it just took her a while to get crossed down. And I can absolutely understand that. But still, be there a little bit fucking early. Come on, be a little bit better. And as soon as she gets there, they start a giant beef about signage on the red carpet.
Oh, the beef, the signage beef.
Oh, they went at each other pretty hard on that one.
But let's talk about that.
It was kind of funny, and to be honest, I don't really mind Jill's stance on this. I think that, you're putting this whole fucking thing on. You want to throw Zarin Fabric on the, the poster board on the red carpet for photos, then fuck it.
You have more wine than me.
Oh, and you're going to spill it all over my fucking floor. Like, that was not the fucking way to do that. Just tried to put, I had an inch more wine than her. Anyway.
I wanted more of your wine.
Yeah, that was you.
Guess what? I got it.
I know, exactly. So there you go. So I thought it was really funny because they had the beef. They settled it with very biblically. Like, hey, we're going to cut it in half. And so you put some of your shit out there. I'll put some of my shit out there. We'll each throw in $5,000. Boom, boom, boom. It's done. But Ramona was super adamant about it being déclassé.
Déclassé.
Déclassé. And then she just says something about the social register, it's against the social register. And Jill's like, where? Where is the social register? You tell me where a social register is. And Ramona
what is it?
I don't even fucking know.
Neither do I.
I don't think Ramona did either. She just made that phrase up. Because Ramona didn't say anything, and that's where they came up with the agreement. Alex shows up super fucking late and just says she didn't sell anything. So everybody's like, fuck you, Alex. Yeah. That sucks. And can't agree more. Fuck you, Alex.
Yeah,
you suck.
I mean, it's not important to her, obviously.
Yeah, and the next thing that happens, Luann and the Count, they go ring the opening bell for NASDAQ. Nothing really significant happens there.
Okay, wait. I just looked up what social register is.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Okay, got it.
The social register is a semi-annual publication in the United States that indexes the members of American high society.
That is the fucking lamest thing I've ever goddamn heard. Not that so much that exists, but some dickhead member of presumably high society referenced it as a fucking way that they should live their lives.
High society.
High society. You should look that up in the social register. Please tell me what issue of the social register said what you should do for the step and photo on the fucking red carpet. Please.
Step and repeat, Mike.
Step and repeat. Oh, god damn it.
I love that Ramona would bring that up.
That to me is déclassé.
It's déclassé. I love it. I love it.
So the one thing to note that happened when Luann and the Count opened the bell for NASDAQ was when it was done, they had to sign something, and the signatures went on the Times Square photo board. And apparently the Count said, oh, there's our 30 seconds of fame. Motherfucker, you're a Count.
Oh,
and she's got a TV show. Yeah. You guys are famous. Just fucking own it. Don't act like...
I mean, he's a Count.
Yeah.
Come on.
If my picture was on the fucking, main board at Times Square, that would be my 15 minutes or 30 seconds of fame. You're a goddamn Count, man. Fucking relax. Chill out. Own that shit.
Yeah, you tell him.
Yeah, fuck you, Count. Maybe you're one of the 20 people that listen to this motherfucking thing. Jill and Allie.
F a lot.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Jill and Allie, they're having the talk.
Yeah,
they're having the talk, and it was super embarrassing.
It was cute.
No, but what was funny? It was do you want the sex talk or the drug talk? I was like, yo, let me get both. I on both talks. And it was the main thing that I thought was funny there was Jill mentioned that she was trying to, like, she called somebody for some help, and I was like, you're trying to outsource the talk? Like, you're that rich where you can outsource the talk? And
Did you get the talk from your parents?
No. That's why I have a bunch of illegitimate kids.
So you outsourced it.
No, but they didn't outsource it. Absolutely, we do. But, like, they didn't outsource the talk. They let the streets have the talk. I had to talk with the streets.
Oh, my mother had the talk with me when I was like 6 years old. She was like, "This is how it goes."
Of course she did. Of course she did.
This is how it goes. My dad too. Well, I mean, my parents had fucking naked paintings all around our house all the time. I like had no filter as a kid, so.
As an adult too.
What do you mean as an adult?
You don't have a filter either.
What is that supposed to mean?
You just say what you want. That's what no filter says. Yeah.
But yeah. I feel like you said it in a way though that was like, yeah, no adult.
I didn't mean like that at all. Come on. So they have the talk. It was kind of hilarious.
And now you're dismissing everything that I was trying to talk about.
No, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Oh my god.
Let's go on to this Moroccan fashion show.
Oh, okay. We're gonna just totally skip over Bethany teaching Rosie to cook, which is fine. There's nothing really happened there. And
I didn't take any notes on that. That was a cute set.
Yeah, no, it was nice. My favorite part was when Bethany was like, "Yo, Luann, just stay in the corner and look pretty, all right, kid? We'll handle it."
Yeah.
And then Jill and Kelly go to the jewelry store, and the jewelry store owner was propositioning Kelly at every turn that she could. She was like, "Ooh, you're a tall drink of water. You got a boyfriend? No. How about a 51-year-old Jewish lady who owns a jewelry store with my fat pugs who sing?" Those pugs were hilarious,
Thanks for that recap.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna stick their tongues up their nose like they did with Jill's.
They did.
Nah, they were close though. I don't think it went up the nose.
It was pretty close.
It was very close. It was on the event horizon of the nose. The event horizon is the outer ring of a black hole. If you go inside the outer ring, you get sucked into the black hole. Anyway. Moroccan fashion shows. It was kind of wild. Bethany was the MC of the whole thing. I thought she did great. Even though for the audience it sounded like she bombed a little bit. She came out there doing her best like George Costanza, just being a neurotic like...
Can we talk about her makeup though?
It was excessive.
It was bad.
It was like they tried to make her look Moroccan.
Yes, they darkened her skin.
It was like borderline blackface.
Yes.
It was like brown face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was deep. It was deep.
I mean...
Her dress was fantastic though.
She looked great, but like it was a little...
I can't believe I said that.
Her dress?
Fantastic, yeah.
Well, whatever.
It was nice.
Recognize
recognize real. But I thought the event was great.
Yeah, it was cute. She did a good job.
And everybody loved it. Everybody gave her props at the end of it.
Except that she was in brown face.
Yes. So now we're on to the climax of the whole fucking season, and that's Jill's party.
Big charity event.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Can we, before we really get into it, can we talk about Ramona's fucking teenage bun that she's wearing at these events? The bun in her hair.
What about it?
Okay, we're going to have to take a picture of it and post it on our Instagram because...
I'm no one to comment on teenage girls' hair, so this is all you.
This bun that Ramona's wearing to this fucking charity event is like the bun that you just fucking sloppily throw together.
Put some chopsticks in it and a pen, maybe.
Not even that. Not even that. It's like the bun that your daughter does, Taylor, or Taylor.
Yeah.
Our niece, like. I just couldn't get over that Ramona's fucking wearing that bun. Like, Avery definitely did her hair.
Really?
Yes.
I think that's cute, though. I don't know.
I mean, it's cute, but come on, guys.
Yeah, seriously. You're supposed to be fucking in the social register out here. What does the social register say about wearing a sloppy bun, Ramona? What page and episode or issue is that in?
Kudos to all of us.
Kudos. So we got Jill's event. So Jill's there early. Ramona's there early. They're setting up. They're unboxing shit, putting all the auction items out. Everything's going great. And then something catches Ramona's eye.
Womp, womp, womp. Or dun, dun, dun is what I meant.
Hey, Jill, what's with all this signage behind the bar?
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
And then, boom. Jill loses her shit. Get those signs out of here.
Yeah,
This
okay,
was
so
valuable real estate.
Bethany had up her skinny girl sign.
Yep, that stayed. That was the one Alex made. It was excellent.
Frangelico was, I guess, the liquor that they were using. And they had a bunch of signage up, too. And I guess Jill was upset because a lot of brands paid... Right? Or no, she didn't allow brands to have signage or something.
No. A lot of brands paid a lot of money to help the event along. And
they didn't have
some
signage.
of them didn't have as much signage as Frangelica did.
Yeah.
And listen, she put Bethany in charge of the bar. She was like, yo, you set the bar up, you do this, you do that. Bethany delivered a bar. So whatever goes on with the bar, including the fucking wall behind it, is in Bethany's purview in my mind. And that's why Bethany was pissed. And I kind of agree with her.
But when you heard Jill talk, you also agreed with Jill.
I agree with Jill a little bit until I realized that she put Bethany in charge of the entire bar, and Jill acknowledged that was the case. And Jill had her own signage. Jill was in charge of every other aspect of it. If they wanted a fucking banner hanging down with whatever else, that would have been Jill's deal.
But they also talked about the whole deal with the signage in front of her, and she didn't say anything.
Well, they talked about the signage walking up. That's not Bethany's deal. Bethany's deal was the bar. She was in charge of that one little 6x6 area with the bar and the fucking wall behind it. And that was the Skinny Girl Bar. And the Skinny Girl Bar can decorate itself and brand itself in any way that Skinny Girl Bar deems fit.
All right.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right,
just
Bethany
saying.
Bethany fan, you.
Yeah, I'm a Bethany standing for Bethany out here. I don't give a fuck. Bethany do no wrong in my eyes. Keep yelling at the billionaires.
Yeah, please.
Greatest billionaire in the world is the guy Jack from Twitter.
Okay.
Anyway.
Who's that? Who's Jack from Twitter?
Jack is the guy who owns Twitter, and he's worth
I thought you were just talking about some guy Jack from Twitter that's a billionaire.
No. I sent you this the other day because we were talking about how we're going to go off on a tangent real quick, but now I have to explain what I was talking about.
Guy from Twitter donated $1 billion.
Yeah, and he's only worth $4 billion. So he donated 25%. He's actually worth less than that. So he donated more than a quarter of his entire net worth. Yeah. To coronavirus.
Lovely.
Meanwhile, some guy named fucking stupid Jeff Bezos is worth $20 billion. And he's like, here, have my pocket change of $100 million. So Bethany keep yelling at the billionaire's girl.
Live in a bag of dicks.
Yes. I think that'd be great. Just like a cave with stalactite and stalagmite dicks everywhere.
Flopping around.
Yeah. Not hard stalactites.
Hitting them in the face.
Flopping. Yeah, just flopping. Yeah. It's like when you're in football practice and you got to run through the big pads and stuff. Just every pad is a giant foam dick. That's what Jeff Bezos should do for the rest of his life. That should be his hell, just running through giant foam dicks like a football drill.
Oh, God, our kids can't listen to this.
This is our sports podcast twist.
Our kids cannot listen to this episode.
But, so the beef comes to... So, there's a little bit more beef, like right before the party kicks off, and Jill is just like, Ramona, where's your $5,000? Ramona, where's your $5,000?
Okay, one more thing before we jump into the beef. Kelly and Simon seeing each other at the party, and just Kelly's description of Simon.
Yes.
Calling him a young girl that is obsessed with fashion and just can't get enough with it and get enough of it, and I love it. And it was like
douches fucking bonding.
But I also found it kind of endearing that she saw him.
Even assholes have friends. Or can find a bonding moment.
That she saw him in that way, because I feel like you can kind of respect that in like, you know.
I think Simon felt very validated in that moment, for sure.
Yes, because she's been in fashion. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
And so the beef I was talking about was actually pre-party beef. Still, it was Jill yelling at Ramona about her $5,000 for her True Religion branding on the thing. Acting like she didn't get it, and Ramona was like, yo, I gave that other bitch my credit card. And then Jill was still like, yo, where's your $5,000? And the lady's like, yeah, I got her credit card. It's cool. Everything's fine. She's like, but $5,000, Ramona.
I didn't believe it. She's a
I don't believe she's got your card.
She's a liar.
But I guess Ramona signed the fucking receipt, and they had the sign up at the red carpet. So I gotta say, for all the beef that occurred at the actual party, it was all handled like adults, and it was like a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
It was boom. It was adult beef. Bethany hit Jill. Jill was like, fuck you. I got to go up and do this auction thing right now. Bethany's like, yo, I still need 5 minutes. And then Jill was like, get the fuck out of here. And then Jill went to Ramona, and they had beef. And Ramona was like, yo, fuck you. And Bethany was like, just fuck you, too. And then Bethany went to Jill, and then they hugged. And then everybody was friends, and they drank champagne at the end and toasted.
Yeah, it was a good event.
That was it.
It was a good night.
So, like I said, it was a nice... Like, as far as TV series go, that was a solid, like, wrap to a season.
We could talk about 3 little things, though.
Sure.
That I noticed. So, first of all, and this is a very specific reference that if anybody listens
only
to
2 of the 20 of you that...
Only 2 of the 20 people, if that listen to this. Okay. Jill reminded... Did you just fart?
Yeah, I wonder if people heard it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That was funny. We've drank 2 bottles of wine. And we're still going.
So you're gonna fart?
Yo, guys gotta fart, man. You're the one who brought it up. We could have just let it go and see if anybody was like, yo, you guys fart?
Well, because I'm just surprised.
I thought it was
I guess
funny.
I'm not that surprised.
I fart on my own podcast.
Okay. Great.
And since there's no sports, I don't do that one anymore. So.
All right. Yeah, that's sad.
I know. So
but all I was going to say was, so Jill, when she was up there hosting this event, trying to get people to bid on stuff, it reminded me of like, and when I say this is very specific, it's very specific, but it reminded me of like the ladies auxiliary at the Mayor's Club. Like when they're selling 50-50.
Doing raffle tickets?
Yeah,
did you sell your tickets?
Yeah.
Did you guys do enough?
Yeah, for like everything? The tricky tray or like the
we got tap beer and box wine. Those are the charities we go to. Tap beer, box wine, and your dad's band is playing.
Yeah, I'll give you the 50-50, the length of my arm.
Yeah.
Length of my arm is $20.
Yeah. You get $10 to the elbow, $20 gets you to the shoulder. You get all those raffle tickets. And if you win, you're expected to donate still half of yours. So really, it's a 75-25.
Yeah. Yeah, and Kelly, we thought she wasn't going to get a reward when all the women, when Jill was giving out all the rewards. And, I actually felt bad for her in that moment because she definitely,
I didn't feel bad for her. I felt amazing for the reunion in that moment because I couldn't even imagine the shitstorm that lame-ass Kelly was going to fucking unleash if she didn't get an award. But luckily they found the award, so we don't have to hear Kelly talk that much except defend herself against shitty accusations. Hopefully. Speaking of the reunion, it's Friday night now. We're going to watch that shit Sunday and podcast that.
Alex and Simon. And
Theodore?
Alex, Simon. No, I was going to say...
Can't believe I haven't made that dumb joke yet.
Ramona and Simon dancing. We have to talk about that for a hot minute. They start dancing with one another? Was that Ramona's... In that moment, the tutu frou-frou? Or the...
Yeah, first she gets the two frou-frou,
yeah,
and then they start dancing, and I could see in Ramona's eyes, I think she wanted to fuck him. I think she wanted to fuck him. She was like,
I wonder what it'd be like.
I want to get in those red leather pants. I want to see those shoes glistening in the fucking corner of my room at the end of the night. That patent leather, watch the moonlight hit it and fucking light up the room.
All right, now you're getting a little too detailed.
Sorry, that's what I do. I make uncomfortable details of fictional scenarios.
Have you thought about it a lot?
No, I just made it all up just now. We just finished watching it, so how long could I have thought about it?
I don't know, it was very detailed.
I know, like I said, I just make things up. So what was the third thing you wanted to touch on?
I think that was it.
Oh, okay. So, winners and losers for this episode. I gotta say, it's corny, but I think the winners of this episode were all the Housewives for handling the beef at the end like adults and seemingly to end the season with a fucking toast of champagne. Mm-hmm. And, like I said, it was a very cute season of TV and everything wrapped up very nicely. And the losers were Frangelica because their signs got ripped down.
The winner of this episode, I'm gonna say, is... I have to pick one winner. I can't copy you.
You gotta pick somebody.
I'm gonna pick you. You're the
Me?
winner of this episode.
Oh, I'm blushing. I'm like Luann when the hot guy showed up.
I wrote it down too because you said to me, you turned to me after Jill and Bethany had their big fight and then they made up, and you turned to me and you go, "Oh, that was cute that Jill and Bethany made up."
I was glad.
So
I've seen them as like a good team. Like,
yeah, that you got a little joy out of that, so you're really the winner of that episode.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll allow it.
The loser is probably Ramona's teenage bun.
Ramona's hair is the loser.
It just gave me such a visceral reaction seeing her hair that way. Like, it made me angry. Like, it's fine if you want to wear your hair like that in your house, but not for a charity event. All right, Ramona?
Was it because if you were living Ramona's life, you would never walk around in public with hair that fucked up?
Can I show you what bun I'm talking about?
Go ahead,
so that
do
you
your hair
understand?
right now. Go ahead.
Because it's what... And there's nothing wrong with it, but
if you go to the supermarket.
Yeah, you don't go to a charity event like that. Like,
oh, your bun is so stupid right now. What a
look
dumb
at it.
bun.
This is the bun I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, you look like an idiot. You look like a child.
Okay.
Yeah. You look like a kid in art class.
Ramona's bun loses.
Oof. So that wraps up all the regular season episodes. So the power rankings at the end of the regular season episodes. So I switched them up again just a little bit. Bethany's still my number one, but Ramona slid back up into the 2 spot because Jill was kind of acting like a jerk off at times.
Yeah.
She's starting to act like, I don't know.
You're going to have a hard time with her next season.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like, I hate to say that Mario's comments were spot on, that a little bit of fame is going to her head, but it kind of seems that way a little bit. And so, yeah. So I got Bethany first, Ramona second, because Ramona's interesting. And Jill's interesting, but she annoyed me a little bit. Then we got Luann. We got Alex. We got Simon, because he counts because he's a housewife now. Mm-hmm. And then Kelly bringing up the rear because she sucks ass. And we got one more episode for the season. That's the reunion. That's when the final power ranking is going to be in.
Is it 1 episode or 2?
2-episode reunion.
Oh, okay. So we're going to knock that out on Sunday, guys.
Yeah.
Or guy. Or girl.
Or girl. Or whoever. Or one Reddit user.
Yeah.
So this was a little bit long. Like I said,
how long was that?
Hour 10.
Oh, they're getting longer. We got to cut it back.
Yeah, exactly.
We go on too many sidetracks. Whatever, it's fun.
No, exactly. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. We're doing it because
shut
we're
it
idiots.
off. I don't care. I'm having fun, all right?
Yeah.
Don't
still
criticize the length that we do this.
Nobody's criticizing it. We're criticizing ourselves right now. We're yelling at ourselves. But anyway, to wrap it up, go to don'twantowatchthat.com. That's WANNA, don'twantowatchthat.com. Follow us on Twitter, Don't Want to Watch. The O and Don't is a 0. Instagram is Don't Want to Watch, and that's just Don't with a regular O. And if for some reason you wanted to follow us on Reddit, because we do post a bunch of clips and stuff, we're starting to do that in the Real Housewives subreddit. User Don't Want to Watch.
During your plugs.
During the little plugs at the end that nobody's going to listen to. And, once again, find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, maybe Google Podcasts. Let us know if you find us there. And that's it, yo. Peace out.
I wish we had enough people listening that we could request, we could say, hey, guys, write us a theme song.
We have 6 episodes out right now, over 120 views. We're averaging like 20 people an episode right off the bat. I think that's pretty good. And the more we post stuff with our stupid little watermarks, the more people listen to it.
Yeah, guys, listen to our stuff.
Yeah, we're such idiots. All right, thanks again for checking it out. Appreciate it. If you made it this far, you're a real fucking champion.
Okay, bye, guys. Bye. Wash your hands. Stay safe. We love you. Be
Wear
good.
a mask. Bye.